Hello and welcome to this podcast. My name is Marilyn Williams and I'm coming to you from the lovely forest. I don't take for granted that I live sort of in the countryside, but I do take this forest for granted. So I thought I'm going to film here today. So today I want to talk to you about everything I've been knitting on, and it's been a minute since I've posted the last update, and it's not really going to be updates as such. It's just going to be highlights of what I'm busy working on. Otherwise this video would go on for a very long time, so let's not do that. The most exciting project I'm busy working on, I'm going to start with that because why not, is a free pattern which I was very surprised is free, by the very well-known designer Sari Nordlund. She designed this sweater and it's just amazing. I'll put a little picture here or there or somewhere about what the yoke looks like and the design, because it's so eye-catching. I was going through Pinterest, as you do when you're looking for inspiration to knit something, and I came across this pattern and I thought, this is amazing. This is very intricate and it's so detailed and it's so nicely constructed, you know, and the yoke just very nice, very nice. So I thought, okay, I need to find out who the designer is or where the website is. I need to find out how much the pattern is and all this kind of stuff, what kind of yarn. Although I had some yarn in mind, I wanted a tweedy kind of yarn, and yeah, turns out it's free on the website. So that was a bonus. It is the Nisa or the Odaki sweater, I'll put the name, by Sari, and she is one of the first podcasters that I ever found on YouTube, and I thought, well, that's really cool, a knitting designer talking about her knitting and things like that, because I've been a knitter for quite some time and never ever thought about other people wanting to see other people's knitting, but of course, and I loved it, and that got me started on the whole watching podcasts, and now I wouldn't say can't live without them, but very near. I love podcasts. Anyways, here is what I have done so far. It's all bunchy because obviously it's on a work in progress cable. So here's the yoke so far. You can see the lovely intricate design. It's coming along really nicely. So I just put scrap yarn, little thingies to keep my stitches defined in sections, so that if I make a mistake I'll quickly pick it up within that section and I can quickly go back and correct it, and I'll only ever need to go back, you know, a maximum of what, I don't know, 20 stitches or something. There's a 12, the size I'm doing, I think it's a medium, is a 12, there's 12 repeats of the pattern. So I'm assuming the smaller size also has 12, but you'd need to check that if you want to do this one. It's got a tweedy yarn that I've found. It's really nicely flecked with different speckles of, like, you can see there, some oranges and some really nice flecks of color. The blue also has lovely flecks. So this is the yarn. It's got like why is it not? Yes, I'm using Sidar Hayworth tweed double knit, so it's a DK. Really nice, flecky, and this is a 50% merino wool, 50% nylon, and I thought the texture is quite soft and it feels quite nice, and I'm gonna go for it and see what happens. That's how I wing things around here. So my motto is, let's try it and see what happens. This forest is so peaceful. I'm talking quite loudly. I'm hoping I'm not disturbing anyone having a very quiet picnic. So here we have the blue, which has got nice tweedy flecks. So you can see here the different specks of white and darker blue, even some grey. Just picked that one out. Yeah, so really nice. I like this. It feels very nice. Like, it's all about the feel. And obviously I haven't blocked it, so I don't know what it's going to behave like, but hey, let's see what happens. here's the progress so far. I decided to do a double folded collar, which I absolutely love and will do from now on. Oh, there's the inside. Ooh. So my floats are not very consistent, but I don't like to be too particular, so I'll just catch them every 3-4 stitches if there's a long gap. So the longest gap I've seen so far is 7 stitches, and that wasn't the last row that I did now. So I think the blue strands are getting a bit longer now, towards the bottom of this pattern. So I just catch them maybe between 3 and 4 stitches and carry on like that. Did I see a yellow fleck now? Anyways, so I'm on the start of all the foam. I've lost a stitch marker in the forest. I don't think I'll see that one again. Before I put this away, I just want to show you this. So I bought this in the week. We've had school half term now, so I've been waiting for this ball of wool the whole week, and it's finally arrived. It's the Sirdar Shawl 100 gram, 450 meters, 492 yards, and it's by West Yorkshire Spinners. Don't know why. This phone camera anyway. I have a nice DSLR camera, but I didn't feel like lugging that all the way to the forest today, so we're gonna have to make do with my iPhone today. The light is perfect, so it's fine for a phone camera. It's a gradient yarn, and it's the Tea Rose colorway. Every time I've seen this colorway on a shawl, I've always stopped and been like, wow, that's a nice color. And I said to myself, you know, I should probably get it because I want to do a shawl. My first shawl. I've never knit shawls. I've knit a gazillion jumpers, sweaters, a couple of cardigans, mostly just sweaters. You know, all the styles, drop shoulder, raglans, you name it, bottom up, top down, in the round, pieced together, like in the old school days, like 10 years ago. I was doing the pieces, stitching them up together, and whatever. Patterns have come a long way, y'all, in the last 10 years, I can tell you that much. I don't know if you've been knitting for as long as that, but if you have, you will know those patterns. Back in the day, we didn't have lovely old thought out patterns. It was just like increase 3 stitches along this side and then join, and then you left to your own devices to kind of figure it all out. The patterns were very vague back in the day. I say that back in the day like I'm really old, but yes, no one's getting any younger. But anyways, so patterns have come a long way and they're much easier to understand. Anyways, so I saw a shawl pattern, the Reyna shawl, and I really like the look of it, and I really like the look of this. So we'll see what that turns into in the next couple of I want to say weeks, but let's be real, I've got 5 sweaters on the go, so that's the most I've had in a long time. Normally I have 2 at the most on the go, but I was so impatient waiting for this yarn to arrive this week that I just cast on all the sweaters in my queue. So now I've got 5 on the go that I really need to finish. I'm nearly done with 2 of them, Sleeve Island. Anyways, okay, so the other pattern I'm doing is my own sort of wing it as we go kind of thing. I'll put another picture so you can see what the pattern is that I'm aiming for. I saw it on Pinterest again. I just love to do that. Scroll through Pinterest, see something I like and recreate it. Unless of course it's like, I'm talking about commercial stuff here now. So if I see a commercial jumper or something that's very plain and easy to recreate, I'll just do that. If it's a pattern that just requires a lot of designing and things like that, I will buy it, or a new technique that I don't know, I'll obviously go and buy it. The last one I bought was the balloon sweater from Petite Knit. It had the increases down the shoulder, drop shoulder, which I was very intrigued by, and I wasn't bothered to figure that one out, so I bought that pattern, knitted it up, and I was like, this is really cool. Really cool, really cool. Okay, sorry about that interruption. So the last thing I want to show is this sweater here. So this is the one based off the pattern that I saw on Pinterest. I've got my little helper behind the camera now, so thank you, Davey. This is how far I've gotten. Can you see the whole thing? Okay. This is just acrylic, so nothing fancy, nothing special. It's a draft because I want to see what it looks like, and then if I do really like it, I'll do it again in some more expensive yarn. So for now, this is it. Very simple drafted pattern, just cast on based on Elizabeth Zimmerman's recipe from her Knitting Without Tears book. So cast on 200 stitches, more or less. I think I did 2 or 3 less, maybe 196 stitches. Knit in the round for the ribbing, switch to 4mm needles, knit a chunk in teal. This is not very scientific. Knit a small chunk in beige, very large chunk in black, according to the photo that I saw, a little bit of beige, and then I'm going to go back to the photo and reference and see what it's like for the rest of the sweater. This is a small felted, can you focus on that there, stitch marker that I felted with my sons. We made some felting the other day and it was super fun. If you've never done felting before, give it a try. Yes, my attempt at a strawberry. I'll probably make some more fun ones in the future, we'll see, because every spare moment I have I want to knit. So yeah. So one last thing I wanted to mention was how I do my charts. I print them out and then I use washi tape just to mark off where I am. So you'll see that this one has a tape over where I'm at, and then I just move it as I go. Not something I have done for very long, but since I've thought about doing this with the washi tape that peels off and on, I don't think I'll look back. So just a quick mention of that in case anybody out there is struggling with charts and where to keep their place and so on and so on. I know markers are quite easy, but then you can't reuse the chart because then it's drawn all over and you have to reprint it for the next time. I don't know, it's not a big deal, but I find the washi tape nice. You can just strip it off and then it's like new. Yes, so that is my knitting update till now. I hope you've enjoyed the view and all the things that I'm busy with. I'm not going to show any finished objects today, but maybe next time. See you then.